Welcome to Serpent Visionary Oracle. And today I'll be doing a different kind of video with a nice hashtag with some very interesting inquiries. And these are the decks I will be talking about and sharing with you. Welcome. And hey, if you're a reader yourself, encourage you to jump on the hashtag. Hello, everyone. And today's inquiry is split into 6 decks. Now, this is a tarot inquiry, although the first deck up in line is not a tarot deck, it's a Lenormand deck. If you've seen previous videos of me with the hashtags and showing decks that I use from the magic reading table here, is that the way that I learned, or I was exposed to tarot way back. It's been a while. When I think my first deck was the Gypsy Witch, that it was an orange box, right? And it got taken away from me. And then soon after, years go by, and in high school, I got introduced to someone that was playing with tarot. Now, back then, it was purely Rider-Waite. You gotta think, back in the late 70s, early 80s, there was not as many decks as there are today, phenomenally as well, with all the indies and the mass markets and all the different kinds of Rider-Waite, tons of decks, not to mention the expansion of the Oracle field. Okay, so I started with tarot, and then I just got burnt out. I went through, Hanson Roberts. I had an Art Nouveau, the Cat People deck that's very Egyptian. The Sacred Rose was my go-to for many years. I had an African deck, a Native American deck, one of the first animal spirit decks. I went through maybe about 10 different decks. Including the Thoth, and I just kind of burnt out on tarot, and I just wanted a deck that had no words, no meanings, no book, no nothing, to see if I could truly read without any of that, because it does help to have a system, meanings, book, and all that. I just wanted a deck with just that, and I found it. There's probably a few out there, but this is not part of the inquiry, but I just example my story here, right? So these do not have words, meanings, a book. You get what I mean? They're mostly upside down. See, they're just pictures. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Okay. True Oracle deck. And I would do all readings with it. Everything. And then I would fine tune if it was sex related or relationship related, or I wanted the chismes. I'd go to my Manara, and that was the only tarot deck I was using back then for longest time. And I mean the longest time I didn't use tarot. You can tell by the you can tell by the box, it's like very well loved. It's one of my beloved decks. So anyway, given that, I just used solely these 3 for the longest time. So that means all throughout the 90s, or whenever the deck came out, mid-90s, it was mid-90s all the way up until just, I would say, 2021, somewhere around there. There was like an expansion that happened with me, where I came back to tarot, realizing there was so many decks out there, and this whole phenomenon that there's readings on YouTube. Because I was so used to doing everything live, and then COVID hit, and then, now everything's online, or for the most part. So, getting to the point of the first inquiry, which is a deck that taught you a major lesson. It's not a tarot deck. Because I went through the tarot decks that I have and looked at the year, and nothing jumped out as much as this Lenormand, and I only have one. So part of the expansion is that I don't know all the systems. I know there's oracles. I know Thoth, Rider-Waite, RCL. But I thought that this Healing Light Lenormand was just the way that's the name of the deck. When actually it's a system like the Kipper. I didn't know what a Kipper was either. I thought a Kipper was a fish in a tin can. Kipper system. So there's many systems I don't know about. I don't know all there is to know about history and cards, this and that. I just fucking read, right? I just read what's in front of me straight up, risk of roasting per reading. I just read, right? Old school style. I'll take the objects you have out of your pocket. Give me a picture. So you get what I mean? All right. So why would this Lenormand teach me a huge lesson? Okay. Okay. So with this expansion was some tarot, this Lenormand deck, and oracles. And I'm not one for books. I just really read intuitively, and I love the images. It's my perfect type of deck. Just the way it's designed and all. So I liked the images because that's how I usually read from. I don't usually use a book. So how about, the lesson here starts with go through your decks that you do not use, gathering dust. They need to let go of and let someone else give them love. Like the decluttering videos I've seen on here, like go through your decks, not just your decks or through your things, but I specifically went through my decks. And when I saw this one, I'm like, I looked through it going, God, I can't depart from it. And I'm like, I really love it. And I would love that it has the design that the way it is. Okay, so let me show you the imagery, and then I'll expand a little bit more on why it's a big lesson. Okay, here we go. So first off, I think this was the image of the box. I saw someone use it online. But this is a full-size card deck. So, it's not a mini, it's a full-size deck. And I love it because there's no words on it. There's no borders. It's a little glossier than I would want, but I'm not picky about stock and all that. I'm more of the imagery and the vibe of it. I don't even care about if it's a mini, a super size, medium, okay? As far as card decks, okay? Don't go there. Okay, you went there. Well, no comment. Right? Don't be jealous. Okay. But that's what I love in the deck. And so it's just I love because it's affiliated with a like King of Hearts. 10 spade, which correlates with tarot. That's how come I'm using this as an example. So the only time I would really get this deck out is like for shadow times, secrets, because as you can see, this imagery is a little like the way it is, a little shadowy. I love the snake, by the way. I haven't got to my favorite card yet that made me go, oh my God, I want this deck. And so it taught me that first declutter. And then as I started to see videos, because not many people, Lenormand's not the go-to for a lot of people, right? It's usually the writer or whatever system of tarot, oracle. And then I started seeing the word Lenormand. Oh, here it is. Woo! Shaggy. It's one of my favorite cards of the deck. Anyways. And, oh, well, holy shit. Who knew that Lenormand's a system? So here's lesson number 2. Don't think you know it all. Not that I think I know it all, but I just didn't know like Lenormand was a system. And I wanted to learn what it was. It's only 36 cards. And I fell in love with it recently, completely. I started picking this up, I think after summer. I started using it. I always use it in fall, October-ish. But yeah, I love, this is the image. This is one of the images I saw. And I went, that's stunning. I didn't know it was a mountain. I didn't know a meaning of the card. I just saw this and I just saw love and the sun, which when you learn Lenormand, the mountain card's not about love at all. It could be used with a question of love, believe me, but there's a lot to do with this mountain. So the huge lesson here is I got to learn Lenormand, the system, which is even more powerful when you do know some of the meanings, like a tarot. And then when you expand, and then you take off depending on what's beside it and the imagery. I incorporate the card, the tarot card a lot, the number here, the imagery. I mean, I incorporate it all. I go beyond books. Oh, I don't like these guys. But you get the meaning. Oh, isn't that an endearing heart? Endearing heart. Okay. Where are you? Oh, I like this too because it has the 2 men, 2 women. It has the 2 men, 2 women deal here. As most of them that are these days. But anyways, where's my card? There we are. It was the sun. I just wanted this deck because it had the sun. I saw the sun in this in a reading too. And beautiful moon. Fuck yeah. A metal key. I mean, yes. So I viewed a lot of Lenormand cards, and that's pretty metal too. Fuck yeah. So that's the Christopher Butler Healing Light Lenormand. And I kicked my ass because I'm like, well, shit, it's been sitting there. And if I would have got to know it, like meaning-wise, like I do with tarot, I know the basic meanings and all, but then, you just fly and flare because, as you know, everyone, reading cards and art, you don't need no book. But I'm just saying, if you're going to talk about lessons, well, that was a lesson. And I'm still diving into the meanings. And what I vibe, kid you not, I went intuitive, right? And most of these cards, for the exception of 2 so far, I just left things out. But intuitively, I matched the book. Again, in art. I don't know if that really answers the question of a lesson. But yeah, it was a lesson for me. Declutter. And, snoop around at the title and the author. Because or I don't know, it just came to me, but now it just makes the readings even more so. Who knew? Next deck. Okay. Next deck up is a deck that I'm just beyond thrilled, overjoyed. I have been gifted this deck to land in my hands. Ever since I saw it, I went, holy shit, that is one hell of a wild, psychedelic, seductive, sexual, sensual ride. this deck is. For me, all you need is 2 cards, 5 at the most. Dude, that's your whole story right there. It has so much going on in the tarot. The year.The tres, which looks like this. This is one of my sister that gifted me this. I can't thank you enough. It's got all the, it's just jumps. The colors just jump. They're different as well. They're not very traditional, and I like that. But they are freaking wild. I mean, I use them a lot, so I didn't put them in order. Like, oh, look at this one and look at my favorite. You just have to pick one of these, and you're like, whoa, that's a wild ride. It can be very chaotic if you read upside down or reverse. I read upside down, sideways, flip under my table, but with these, it makes it even more magical. You want to see how crazy this deck is, and it's always spot on, but you have to take into perspective that each tarot card is unique. Let me go through some and see if I can spot some that I'm like, well, it's very unique. Shall we begin? Let me show you. This is so wild. I fucking love this. So there is the flippy box. It has a little book there. I haven't even looked at it. Okay, so I'm all okay, this is a 2-sword, but if you gaze at it, look, there's so much symbology that I could gaze in this. Look, there's tigers, there's diamonds, there's a crescent moon that's waning. There's a yin yang. I mean, there's a lot going on. It's not traditional. You get what I mean? I love the rug here, the tiger rug, kinda. So I'm gonna zip through. Oh, see, they're. I'm sorry that. Oh, see, this is this crew right here. Check out this 5 wand crew right here. So passionate and fiery. Okay, so I love the ace. I mean, that is some ayahuasca flashbacks, some of these for me. I'm like, damn, you know. But I'm really, really just beyond thankful. Oh, here's one of my faves. Like, check out the death card, man. Check out the Kali. Look at these groovy dudes. They're so like Grateful Dead. And they're happy to be released. This is a fuck yeah death card. I'm so in love with this deck. I mean, I could just look at it and just find something new that I have not ever seen. So yeah, you get the vibe. Oh yeah, the Hierophant card. Check him out. Check this monkey dude. I could go on and on. You know, when you adore a deck, you can talk up a storm about it, right? It's very tattoo-ish. The Wild Moon card here. Damn. It's typical kind of, you know, some of them. Not typical, but kind of stay traditional. Just adore her. Where's the little, there's some real fun cards. Where's that guy at? I'm going to find him. There's a Centurion guy if I can love here. But yeah, let me pause it a little. Okay, so 8 of Wands is always one of my favorite cards, and it's just done upright. So I'm just going to go through a few more because the whole deck, I don't want... So here's what I was saying about, say, 5 of Cups. In the tradition, it's shown like 3 cup up and 2 down, and some dude all fucked up and disappointed and left out and fucking butt puckered. It's not here. So you get what I mean? It's different here. I adore. Oh, check out the sexuality, sensuality. Like there's fucking water coming out of her nipples. I'm like, go, goddess. Okay. Of course, Devil, one of my other favorite cards. Oh, there he is. This is a Page of Cups. Dude, he's wild. I fucking love him. And this has even the food. Look at how, look at like, it's so draggy. Look at what he's carrying. It's so draggy. It's a beheadedness and bloody, and he's wearing a mask. It's so fucked up cool. I love it. I love this full card. Ooh, this 2 wands. Like, woo. So, yes, that is my El Dios de los Tres Tarot. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, sister. My heart. Thank you. Okay, deck 3. So, deck 3 is about what gave me a brand new perspective, a whole new mindset on tarot, a whole outlook. So here's the thing about this. I love the animals. And most of the animal decks are oracle, which there was always something I didn't quite vibe with each animal deck I had and tried. And it's either that there's too many words, it's too much paragraph, too much info, or I don't like the artwork, or they left animals that I love out, or it's the same. They use the same kind of animal for the same meaning. Also, the way that I know the animal kingdom, including the creepy crawlers, is not how they're portraying it or saying the medicine of the animals and creepy crawlers that I know it to be out of experience and doing the work I have done is a lot different than their damn book. So I saw this deck on a flip through, hit my feed, and I fell in love with it. Not only does it have quite a wide array of the animal kingdom, including the creepy crawlers, but they portrayed one of my favorite birds pretty well. Also, speaking about different perspectives, is that this deck is a collaboration deck, which a lot of people don't like collaboration decks. I have 2 in my collection, which this is one, and there's another one coming that I'm sharing, and also another animal deck I'm sharing on this video. But this really did give me a different perspective because of some of the images. So what you get when you collab is different people's perspective on the card that they've drawn, you know. So I'm going to show you some of the images, and I'll show you what I mean. First off, she has 3 extra cards. I think, yeah, I looked through the box. I've looked through the deck twice and didn't see the 3rd extra one. It's hiding. This is cute because I don't know any animal deck that has a dino. And then it has the name of the artist below. And that's another extra. I don't know the other one, what's called the other extras. There's only one, there's actually one time that this card came up. The other 2 have not. This is fairly new for me too. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Fuck yeah for the hummingbird in the chariot position and the way it's portrayed here. Because the next oracle deck that I see that says hummingbird is joy, love. You don't know the hummingbirds like I do. Although, yeah, sure, that's cool that it's said like that. But have you ever seen a hummingbird fight? They are fierce. When the hummingbird is about going after the nectar, they're driven to go to that sweet nectar as the chariot. Fuck yeah for the chariot card in this deck. Speaks for itself. He's happy about that. You happy? Yes, I'm happy. He's happy about that. So I'm the sun, baby. See, so that's, strength, very majestic being. And I love that there's the death moth. It's beautiful. Crystals and mushrooms. Yeah, eat all of those and trip and take a nice death trip and, get an ego washing. Fierce tower, hello. But, kind of depictable. And I'll look at the lemurs. Oh, and her babies. Two pentacles, right? She's like, fuck, I made the choice to have these kids. So it's actually, it lightens things up. See, I've never seen this being in a deck. Look at how fierce the moon card is. Everything. In fact, the whole major arcana was done well. Mantis. Yeah, I know. I'm a fan for the Hierophant. Yummy for, I want to just suck this up and just be drenched in that. Vulture for 5 sword. You get what I mean? It's 3 sword. The death bug, June bud. Look at how the decay is on only the part of the decay of the rose. See, and then, that's semi-cutesy, but I love it. It speaks to me. And of course, sloth power. And I love this because it looks like these are like nugs. Because he's up in the clouds, all right. Just like mom. Thank you. But I love this deck. But see, yes, this gave me a... So then if you know about the animal, then you can add to the, this perhaps Knight of Wands and depending like what's next to it. Okay, so you get the picture. This is very cutesy, but point. But yeah, it's a different perspective, all right, from the animals. It lightens things up. Ooh, intense. It can make things intense. Maybe the land they come from can help in a reading. There's a lot that to be said about the animal kingdom. Look, there's different spiders. Oh, see, I told you there's different spiders in here. Dragonflies. Look at the babies. Ah! I get excited about it. So majestic. So you get what I mean? Cute. But yes, this is the deck that gave me a whole different perspective. When you add animals to the situation and use their medicine to enhance the meaning of the card, perhaps heighten the intuitive reader like I am. So that's my share for number 3. Okay. On to deck 4, the deck that brought me much comfort through a dark time, or when times were low vibing, or, just having those days, everybody has them once in a while. And the deck that just I didn't have to think twice. is the Tarot del Toro. Of all things, right? The imagery to other people wouldn't be comforting, I don't think. But there's a reason why it's comforting. My dad loves horror, especially the creature. Isn't he handsome? So he stays on my table representing my dad, who passed not too long ago. It's still fresh, especially when the time comes. But with a person like me, I talk to him a lot, and he made his way through the card table with this deck. This is the reason why I have this deck. Is this Lover's card? It's like very like that movie, The Shape of Water, but this creature is very much like the creature. And the girl here is portrayed in a red dress. And so for me, my first Halloween was he dressed me like Red Riding Hood. He wasn't the creature, he was the wolf, but it's just interesting that it's portrayed this way. And I had wild hair like that when I was a kid too. So I kid you not, the first time I used this deck, this was the first card out. So it brings me very, and honestly, this is a really, it answers questions just fine. I think even more so for work or with people that are giving you problems or you want to know who someone is. It works really well for that. But this is my heart right here. So I'll show you some of these beasts of images briefly so you can see that what brings comfort to most may be not for another. So if you find comforts in these beasts, look, it's very endearing. Oh, melt. But I know the cards are not in order, so I'll just briefly I want to find I think one of my favorite ones is the High Priestess, either not in order. There's the Hierophant, and they're kind of like matte, not too slippery. That's a Chariot. There's the Devil. They're kind of thick. There's Justice. That's pretty wicked right there. Fucking A, dude. She means business. Oh, these dudes. Oh, they're so cute. Strength card. Wow. Just wow. Because the Hanged Man's favorite card. Interesting that the Death card does not have a name. It's just not, it's the only one in the deck that doesn't have a banner here. Because if you don't know number 13 and who this is, so you get the picture on the major arcana. Oh, the moon. There she is. I love her. She's so sweet. She's so vamp and draggy. Tower. Hermit. Love this Hermit. Okay. Wicked World card, yes. So you can see and then it is a pip deck. But the aces are really cool. And then with the cup suit, you'll have these, but then they disappear after when the cups get more. And it's just, you get the picture. It's a pip deck, okay. And then the wands. These are the less interesting of the group. See, they're just, oh yeah, I didn't even share the backs of the cards with the other decks. Excuse me for that. That's the back of the deck. I didn't even show you the backs of the decks of the other decks. I forget to do that, you know, because I'm not picky about no back of the deck, what it looks like, the stock. I just want the images. And I have thin decks, thick decks, girthy sizes. I mean, shit, I take it all. Cards. I'm speaking of cards. Okay, ace. So see what I mean? Steampunkish. You know, where did the rest of them go? See, they're like this. The blades, they're like sometimes they're swords, knives. The court cards are really cool though. There's some real, like, she just speaks of herself, right? Queen of Blades? Absolutely. Check out this guy. Pretty wicked, right? So, I wasn't, you know, I'm not too thrilled it's pippish, but so be it. Now, what I like do sometimes is maybe I don't want to work with the pip part and I'll just pick out the major arcana. I used to do that sometimes, but now that I got used to reading everything, it doesn't bother me. But this brought a lot of comfort to me when I would talk to my dad and say, Dad, can you influence the reading here on the table? As what I don't foresee, or, you know, whatever I would want to ask. I don't do too many readings for myself, but I've caught this in videos and lives or, you know, pick-a piles. I don't know. Like, I've done many videos with this deck where that Lover's card pops out and my heart. So that's when it's giving me comfort when I want to inquire for real with my dad. I get this deck out. I know he approves, right? He approves. Oh yeah, he's happy. So I'm going to go on to the next deck now. Okay, since I remembered, this is the back of the Lenormand deck that I didn't show you. Because I forget, and you know, a lot of you want to see the backs of the cards, and me, I space a little. And this one was the same as almost it's almost the same as the box. So that's always nice to look at before I flip them. So that's that. And the animal deck back looks like this. And so if you get the full size, it has like this holographic, really pretty illumination thing, and it's gilded with a really beautiful shimmery there. But that's the 78 animal deck. I didn't even say what animal, I didn't even say what deck it was, right? Did I space on that too? Oops. Well, I'm going to have to timestamp anyway. So, okay. So the next deck up is the Pride Tarot. And this is a deck that I'm really glad I took the chance. Most of the time, well, after my expansion, when I wanted more decks, and I actually, well, the first round I did, some of them I really did go, oh, you know, and then some I've seen in readings. But this one was in a shop, and I had no way of knowing what the images were going to look like. Only that I saw the back of the box. And when I saw this image right here, it reminded me personally of someone that I know. All three of them. And even the one in the cup right here, these two, they're married. And then this one right here is really like one of their besties. And then I said, and then this like dude's selling ice cream. And then this lady here, and I'm looking at this going, this wild, what? And I didn't realize it's a collab. It didn't register because this is my first collab deck ever. And then so is that 78, 83. Where'd that come from? 78 tarot animal. Wow, dude, maybe I just need a meal. I've been bong ripping, you know? Some good weed in there. Okay. So I keep the consistency. So I remember. This is the back of the card. It says love and love. And it is a collab deck. And I really wound up loving it because it's a very different perspective on a lot of the cards. And some is traditional and some is just out there. And it's just a lot of different vibes. And I just love the way it's done. Because I can be with mixed. A reading's a reading, you know. This one's a good one too. I'm kind of going through it, going, what are some of my favorite cards? You know, they're like all cool. I really like a lot of these. Let's see. But I'll show you a little bit. And what I loved about this deck too, see, I didn't realize a lot of it. And this I actually did read a little bit. It's featured 45 artists, this Pride deck right here. And it was for the guy that created the Pride flag, the rainbow flag. And so they did this deck for him on his honor. And he passed away. So I'll show you a few of the images. But I'm glad I took a chance. Because I don't like decks to just sit there and I'm not going to use them or I don't vibe to them. I just give them away or pass them on. Just the way I am. I'm not a collector so much, you know? Okay, so there's a little flippy box. Hello. You can see I've used this. Any of the flippy boxes look like that, you know, these cards have been given love. You could even see like the dirty kind of corners of it. Sorry about that. That's just being honest. Oh, that's a beautiful Seven of Pentacles card, by the way. See, but look at the contrast. This has like, it'll jump. So for some people, they get bothered by that. For me, I love this. I love this bitch as the Emperor. And I love the androgyny. I love the drag. I love the Lover's card as it's portrayed. As they continue to fight for the rights there for marriage, right? See, complete different styles here. But for me, it didn't bother me none. I love this. Ooh, phallic-y. And, you know, he continues over here. And, of course, what I like about the collab decks is that they give the artist name below. So, same artist here, Stephen Wright. Stained glass version of the Three of Swords. Oh, there's the paleta guy. Oh, no, this is Raspadas. Excuse me. There's me, man. Give me my Raspada, man. I could go for one in the summer. But right now, right? Page of Cups, yeah. So you get what I mean. Let's see if I can find my favorite one. Oh, that's a wicked 5 Pentacles. See? Oh, there she is. Oh, there, I love her. There's my card. So that's the Pride deck. If you see, that's completely different too. Ace Cup. Temperance. There it is. I was looking for my favorite card. So that's the one I saw. And this couple reminds me of someone I do know. I do know them both. And then their BFF looks just like this person. It's so crazy. And one of them's blonde and one of them's, it's so bizarre. So I'm glad that I took the chance and said, oh, you know what? And it was gifted. Hello, it was gifted. So thank you, sister, if you're watching this. It was gifted. But it called to me just from that. So I'm very, very happy with it. I use this more in the spring and summer months, or if I need a break from any of the other decks that I use. I don't know. I just vibe with my client. Who's the client, you know? But there you go. The Pride Tarot, a collaborative deck. And I'm so glad that this is part of my tarot family here. On to the next one. Okay. So a deck, the last section here, just the camera got crazy, is your workhorse deck. And this is surprisingly enough an animal deck. Has been able to answer almost, I mean, like everything. Now, if I want like more detail, like, you know, if it gets more sexy, I'll pull out one of those. Pull out. Yeah, she said pull out. I will use one of my sex decks instead. Or maybe they need a direct, and then I'll get the Lenormand. See, I'm glad I found out about the Lenormand. So anyways, the workhorse deck here is the Guardian of the Night Tarot. So yes, I know I have a lot of mass markets, but like I said, that whole phenomenon about mass market and indies is a brand new phenomenon as well, because I really work with what I have and get to know it well. So the last round of expansion is when, you know, I got to know that the Lenormand was a system, and that just a lot, like there was indie and Kickstarter and this and that, and I didn't know. Again, you know the meaning of a tarot card, and then you're going to add the imagery and the animal wisdom and medicine to the inquiry. It's good because, see, it takes the edge off a little bit when people see the animals. I'll ask them, do you vibe with the animals? Is it your thing, or what do you feel about it? Because I'll pick up, you know, I'll just know intuitively which deck to work with somebody, but it will take the edge off a little. So I think the stronger images are strong enough, and you'll see. I don't have these in order. That's how you know I use my decks. And they're all upside down and every which way. But I'll show you some of the images. Oh, and here's the back of the book. The back of the book. And the back of the deck. You know, it's a box, you know, it comes with the book, you know. It's in there. Okay. Aww. So you get what I mean? Even this is beautiful. So you get what I mean? It suffice. It's lit up with all the fireflies, and it's all the guardians of the night, as it says. I like the deck because it uses mandalas, and again, like, it's very comical. You could make up a story here, you know. I'm like that. It takes the edge off when, but this is like very like, okay, boundaries. Okay, right? Nine of Wands. I like the lemurs in this as well. The star is beautiful. But you get what I mean. It's either going to vibe with you or not. And with me, it does, because I'm in love with the animal kingdom and the creepy crawlers. Look, if you really delve into this, like, intensity in these eyes. And I like that it's softly done. It's kind of oil painting type artwork. Fierce. That's one of my favorite ones here. I particularly like the death card. Okay. So just a few more here. You get the idea of what the feel is. That's a Wicked Lovers card. Nice Three of Swords card. Like say, like if you know anything about the sea turtle here and how they return home, you know, so just like little things you may know about the animal kingdom. Here's that mandala work right here. Snake, bat, spider combo. This, oh, it's the strength card. I don't know why I thought it was the death card. This is one of my favorites, is the strength card. So yes, I swear there. Oh, and there's the death card. Yeah, I meant this is the one that I went, whoa. But nice death card as well, because I don't like rodents. So you get what I mean. It does the job. It really does. And I use this a lot. Again, it takes the edge off. When people see images with animals, they're just like, they kind of calm it a little bit. I don't know what it is. My experience with this. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed all those 6 decks. I know I like to talk and share a lot. It's a little lengthy. And I'll be back with another video soon. But I thought this was very interesting hashtag. See you soon. And in conclusion, if you would like a personal reading, all my information's down below. I love what I do. They're done live, one-on-one on a video platform. It was nice going through those decks. And by the way, a lot of the decks, well, a lot of them, I only spotlighted 6. I've done walkthroughs on some of them, complete each card. I know I did one on the Garden of the Night Tarot and possibly the Del Toro. Not sure, but I know the animal deck. One thing I wanted to say about the animal deck as well is that the king and queen of each suit, like the cups and the swords, they have a pair, like a power couple. So maybe I put the link to where I go through that. Okay, that's it. I promise. I'll see you next time.